One of the most confusing aspects of long-term dating is knowing when to leave a relationship. You may be completely torn about what you should do because you're emotionally involved, even when you know that a breakup might be for the best. Each situation is different, but here are a couple of signs that tell you it's time to leave a relationship. Let's start. Number 1. You are not truly pleased to see your partner. You may be afraid of being alone and you may even truly love your partner, but for a moment, put those thoughts aside. Whenever you see somebody special to you, are you glad to see them? Do you feel joy, or relief, or a pleasant sense of familiarity, at least? Do they make your day brighter? Or does it seem like a room darkens when your partner walks in? When you see them, do you get stressed out? Does the moment they show up seems to suck out all the happiness? We all have our bad days, but if your partner doesn't add some kind of joy to your life all the time, then there's something that's seriously wrong. Despite the fact that you no longer like being in it, you may be holding on to the idea of the relationship. Number 2. They put you down and they make you feel like shit. If you feel crap around them because they lower your self-esteem with subtle, backhanded statements, then it's a clear sign that you're probably not benefiting from the relationship. Being on the receiving end of an insulting comment is never fun. You may be telling yourself to ignore the comment, but part of it may inevitably stick, and you worry that you're actually wrong about something. In a relationship with a narcissist, this is a common occurrence. They love the feeling of control, and it makes it easier for them to control you by putting you down. If these backhanded compliments are also mixed with love bombs, actions of affection designed to make you love them, then it is probably an emotional roller coaster that you no longer want to put yourself through. Number 3. Your partner's actions damage your life in some way. Actions from your partner damage your life in some way. Obviously, you need to start planning to get out of the relationship, if there's some kind of abuse going on. Ask for assistance from someone you trust if you feel like you can't let go on your own. The issue is more subtle sometimes, it may not be intentional abuse, but it is nevertheless damaging to the situation. You might be trying to scrimp and save to make ends meet, for instance, but your partner is addicted to shopping and spends all the cash. For both partners, any kind of addiction can end up causing unintended problems. If your partner refuses to stop and your quality of life is seriously reduced by their actions, you might want to seriously consider quitting the relationship. Number 4. You're not essential to each other anymore. It doesn't mean you need to live in each other's pockets, or have an unhealthy attachment to each other to be in a relationship. Being essential to each other, however, is a sign of a healthy relationship. And it should ring when you don't have alarm bells. Feeling vital to a woman, especially for a man, is often what separates like from love. A guy loves your strength and ability to be independent, no doubt. But, not dispensable, he still wants to feel wanted and useful. This is because men have a desire built on something greater that goes beyond sex or love. This is why men who seem to have the perfect girlfriend are still unhappy, and constantly find themselves looking for something else or, worst of all, someone else. Number 5. A lack of intimacy and sex. Will your relationship be stale? Do you no longer have physical connections like you used to? Although not necessarily one that needs to lead to the end of a relationship, this is a really common relationship problem. The sexual honeymoon phase of new relationships tends to last around 2 to 3 years, according to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Things, after that, can be hard work. To enhance the physical connection with their man, one thing women can do right now is get inside his head. Men don't necessarily want a woman who's a firecracker in bed, or one with a flat tummy and a big chest. He wants his prowess validated instead. To feel that he's doing his job like a man. Nothing speaks to a man's masculinity more than satisfying the woman he loves. Inside the bedroom and out of it, men are hardwired to want to please women. And it's only natural for him to pull away, when a man doesn't feel like he's satisfying her in this way? What does he truly want from you when it comes to sex and intimacy? To make a man feel good about himself, you do not have to have a lot of sex. Because you can do certain things for him that are going to feed this very natural male ego. Not to say that sex is not important for women. Number 6. You realize that you're only with this person because you're afraid of being alone. Let's say that you could rub a magic lamp and produce an attractive partner who would love you and be with you forever. Would you feel empowered to leave your current partner? If the answer is yes, then you might just stick around, because you think your only option is the person you're currently dating. In most cases, not only is this not true, but your fear of being alone will only make finding a more compatible partner more difficult for you. If this is your only reason to stay, then this is an enormous sign that the relationship is already over. Maybe you are going through the motions, but you are fueled by despair, not by love. Number 7. There's no trust. Nothing they do or say, you can't trust. You can't be sure of what they're really doing if they say they're going out with their friends. They might have a secret relationship on their side, for all you know. And, of course, a relationship can't grow without trust. Your mind won't stop wondering about what they are doing behind your back in all directions. Rob Pascal, PhD, says in Psychology Today that trust is one of the most important facets of a successful relationship. Trust is one of the keystones of any relationship. Without it, two people cannot be comfortable with each other, and the relationship lacks stability. Number 8. You hide them from your loved ones. It is not something you take lightly when you introduce your family and friends to your partner. It's a massive step. And for most individuals, winning over the family of their partner is equally important, as if it is their own. Each relationship is distinctive, so there is clearly no right or wrong time to make it happen. But if you've spent a significant amount of time together, and you haven't introduced them to your inner circle yet, or vice versa, then there's something going on. According to relationship expert Susan Winter, gaining access to your partner's inner circle is a mark of their commitment. So if you feel like you can't just introduce your family or friends to them, then it's important that you take a step back and find out why that's the case. On the other hand, if you have introduced them to your family, and they don't make an effort to get to know them, then that might be a sign that they don't invest themselves in the relationship. Number 9. You argue about stupid things frequently. One of the most common signs that a relationship is over is when the other person begins to be irritated by little things. Are you engaged in constant struggles over household chores, where to go for lunch, and whose turn it is to mow the lawn? If you've been quarreling and getting into arguments about stupid things, then the underlying love and respect may be waning. In a relationship, disagreements are normal, but usually, when we have deep feelings for the other person, we're much more willing to let things go fast. So should you end your relationship? Feel free to drop your comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.